Yeah.
We back.
Cut through. Probably should have
We
never
back.
left. I can still smell
Lil
your
B.
breath. I used to love to make
Cut
you
Carter.
sweat. Leaving kisses and
And we
hickeys
got
all over your neck.
OVO in the building.
But
Yes,
you was
sir.
with the
Special
arguing.
guest. Want to be here for a minute. You got
And I
finally
don't
got him
like
on.
arguing. So you got a part of me. I'm cut Carter.
Lot to get
That's
to.
all I could be. I
March
give
Madness.
you real and everything inside of me. I
Who's the
give
best
my
coach
heart,
in football?
you on the seat. Cause your friends paint this
Embiid.
crazy picture of me.
And the Lakers are officially in there from the postseason.
Yeah, you believe
Lot to
him
get into.
and not me. I wanna feel again, I might need an IV. I need a drink
right
and
out
I
of
ain't
the-
talking hot seat. Hope we can work it out, but I guess we'll see. Soon as I make it off the road, I'm coming back
Yes,
to
sir.
you. I ain't worried about the coming back to you. I played the game, how it go, I'm coming back to you.
Yes,
I'm coming
there
back to you. I'm coming back to you. As I get off the road, I'm coming
No,
back
no.
to you. I ain't worried about I'm coming back to you. I play the game, how it go, I'm coming back to you. I'm coming back to you. I'm coming back to you.
Welcome to episode 9 of the PACT Life Podcast. I'm your host, Bruiser Carter, along with some family. Got Lil B to my left,
Yes.
Cut Carter all the way to the right, and we have special guest, OVO Jared in the building. How you doing?
Yes, sir. What's good?
Gentlemen, how are you guys doing?
Trying to recover from last night.
Yeah,
Oh, last night was a movie.
an everyday struggle.
Man, I lost my voice. My ears popped. I survived a rodeo. I survived Astroworld one last time. It was worth it. So let's get into the business. March Madness brackets. Who y'all had in y'all Final Four?
I got all the number one seeds in the Final Four. I know it's not traditional, but yeah, I got North Carolina, Virginia, Gonzaga, and I have Duke winning it all. I believe in Zion.
That's everybody. Who you had in your Final Four, B?
I got Tennessee, Michigan, Duke, and North Carolina. I got Duke and North Carolina in the championship though, and I got Duke winning it all.
Does everybody have Duke winning it all?
Yeah.
I had Duke, Gonzaga, Tennessee, and UNC. Duke play UNC and Duke wins.
I have Duke, Gonzaga, Tennessee, and North Carolina.
So
Duke play UNC and then Duke wins.
it seems like everybody believes in at least 3 of the number one seeds. Nobody's believing in Virginia but me.
Yeah, no faith in Virginia.
After what Virginia did last year, bro, I couldn't do that again.
No, they're not ready.
What team do y'all see having the Cinderella run? Because a lot of good teams out there.
I'm hoping none of them.
We got Liberty, the 12 seed, UC, our Irvin are still out there, and Maryland, Iowa, the 10 seed in their
Irvine.
respective bracket.
You see
Irvine?
yeah.
My bad.
What about them? You talking about like?
We're going to have the Cinderella run, yeah.
I don't think nobody is yet, to be honest. I think they all gonna be done this week, this next game.
Yeah,
Well, looking at this game, I'm gonna have to say Wofford, bro.
You think Wofford going to beat Kentucky?
Wofford beat
Yes.
Kentucky. I
I
know.
think they're gonna beat Kentucky. Looking at this game, bro, they playing with so much toughness, heart, and they shooting the ball.
Bro, we only 4 minutes in.
This game is 4 minutes
But the way
in.
they're playing right now, like they gonna play like this all game.
Okay, Brandon just learned that Wofford has the number one 3-point shooter in the country. Sorry, folks. But in terms of Cinderella team, I think if anybody is going to be that Cinderella team, then it's going to be Murray State. If anybody. Ja Morant's a problem. He's an absolute problem.
Yeah.
That triple-double last game, that was my first time really watching a whole game of him playing. He's amazing. He brings that explosiveness, that energy, right from the tip-off. So,
Speaking of that,
seeing highlights. So
Speaking of that, who's better? Who's gonna be a better NBA player, Ja Morant or RJ Barrett? Because me and B been having this ongoing argument over the past couple of days. I think RJ Barrett will be. He thinks Ja Morant. Tell me why. Why you think that?
Ja Morant is an all-around player. He's getting everything done. He can do the step back, play D. He can shoot the ball, pass the ball. He's doing everything for his team, for them to set them up the best way to win. So him getting a triple-double means a lot to his team because they're going to win if he gets a triple-double. So it's what it is. Really, they win based off his performance. So if he's having a good game, they're going to be great.
Okay, so my question for you then is, what if he has a bad day?
If he has a bad day,
You're saying that if
They
he has a
play
good day,
Florida State soon.
right?
I mean, no, I don't think nobody can stop him though. I don't think so.
Okay, but he's human. Everybody has bad days, and
They
you're
do.
saying that their
He
team.
do.
You're saying that for Murray State to win, he has to have a good day. So that does make him his team's most valuable player. But going back to the question, Morant or RJ Barrett, who's going to be a better NBA player? I think Morant has a better shot than Barrett. Yeah. However, Barrett still can't shoot. Let's not let's not put him down. Right now, to me, he's more poised, I believe. I think as of right now, he would be a better NBA player. He looks more like an NBA player to me. Whereas Morant, I'm not putting him down at all because I think he's an amazing player. But I just think that Barrett has a more complete game and he's more NBA ready. Also 6'5", he plays defense, gets rebounds, scores.
Morant
as
does the same.
You're right, Morant, good player, but we asked who's more NBA ready, and I think it's Barrett.
Morant.
All right, let's get to it. So it really don't even matter about none of that, to be honest.
Why it don't matter? Why it don't matter?
It's really about where he go.
Team needs.
Where they go.
If he
I
goes
agree.
to
I agree
Phoenix,
with
It's
that.
where you go.
Team
100%. If RJ Barrett go to the Cavs,
I got Ja Morant going to Phoenix.
Ja Morant gonna be better. Yeah, everybody got him going to Phoenix, but I feel like everybody doing them orders, these mock drafts off of speculation that they're gonna get the number one pick. It's not guaranteed.
Because you think it's rigged anyway.
I do think it's rigged.
I agree. I agree
It's
wholeheartedly.
rigged. And I think like a team, I feel like the Cavs will get the number one pick just because of how it's set up. Like it always goes that way.
It's the Knicks,
History.
bro. They 14 and 59.
Watch the Cavs get the number one pick. They're
The
gonna get
Cavs won
the
19
Cavs gonna go
games.
Zion, and then everybody assuming the Suns gonna have the second pick. But then say the Knicks had the second pick, or the Hawks get the second pick, or you know what I'm saying? It's random. So personally,
It is lottery though.
I don't think it's that random. I think whoever got
like you
it's-
said, so you think it's rigged too?
No,
That's
because
what
whoever has the most odds percentages,
they don't always get it though.
But it's,
I don't
They
think it
don't.
hasn't. I don't think
The
it's been like
Cavs,
that.
the history of the lottery and getting the number one pick, the Cavs have had the number one pick. How many times in the last 15 years? How many times?
Like 2 or 3.
No,
like
four
yeah.
times. Let's
'Cause Anthony Bennett.
Okay, I got it. It was first LeBron.
Yeah.
Then was it Bennett? Then Wiggins? Or no, Kyrie. Excuse
Kyrie
me.
first, yeah.
Kyrie Irving second, and then it was Wiggins, then Bennett, or Bennett, then Wiggins.
Yeah.
Either way, that's 4 in like the last 15 years. So, come on,
I wouldn't be surprised to get it again.
Exactly.
Nah, I don't think they'll get it again. But
I
going
don't
back
think
to
so.
the original question, I think Barrett will clearly be the best NBA talent. Derek Cutcard did have a point saying that it's in terms of what team they go to. But when just looking based off college, I just see Morant plays less competition as RJ Barrett's in a harder conference, the hardest conference in basketball. And plus it's harder for Barrett to show out due to Zion, due to Cam, due to Trey Jones. So like if you look at stats, Morant's stats are not inflated but are going to be better because he's their like superstar. While Barrett has like a supporting role or not the main role. He has to like divide the pie.
Shared role.
Yeah, he's sharing wrong.
And
He's still at the ACC in scoring.
just to build on that, I agree with you completely. But also, he just doesn't have to do as much for his team to win.
Yeah.
Because he is sharing such a big role with other, future first round picks. He doesn't have to do as much for his team to win. He doesn't have to be the superstar.
But we just know the top 3 people in the draft are gonna be Zion, RJ Barrett, and Ja Morant. So
Yes.
no matter what order, them 3 going.
Yeah.
Is there any chance we see Duke get upset in the tournament?
I don't see it right now.
I mean,
I don't think Michigan State could beat them. That's the only team left in that.
In the side of the it's still on the side of the bracket.
Yeah. Other than that, they're not losing.
I don't. I can't see Duke losing unless unless North Carolina beats them in the championship. Other than that, I can't see them losing to anybody else. I feel like they're
getting beat by random teams though. When it
that was my next point. Duke loses to a lot of random teams traditionally in the tournament. I believe it was 2015 where they lost to Mercer in the first or second round.
Yeah.
You know how
lost to Lehigh back in the day too.
they also lost to Lehigh when they had
CJ McCollum.
McCullum. Yes. So I mean, traditionally Duke does lose games like this, but I'm seeing a once in a lifetime player in Zion Williamson. So
So, like,
I'm believing
they
in
play
him.
Central Florida. So
They got Taco, right?
Get
Taco
Taco
talking
Fall?
a lot of stuff too. He said
What if
see
Central Florida
Zion
get him?
dunking over him? Like,
What if Central Florida
it's
get
gonna
him?
be a problem for
That's
Zion
the
to dunk
team.
over
That
him.
would be the team I see them losing to because it's a random team. Because I know Virginia Tech, they could beat Virginia Tech, but
What's the 7'6" player's name? Taco
He
Fall.
said
Yeah.
Zion Williamson will not dunk on him.
I
He
would
does-
pay
he
to
said-
see Zion Williamson dunk on Taco
he
Fall.
says, he says it's not going to be on one of his highlight tapes. That's what he said.
Nobody tries to be on the highlight tape, and Zion said,
Hey,
"I was
the
watching
thing
this."
is Taco so weirdly like it like Zion will break that man. He run right through him.
I was watching this interview yesterday, this overtime interview with the Duke's 4 freshmen.
yeah.
Zion Williamson, RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish, and Trey
Trey
Jones.
Jones, yeah.
And Zion said he hasn't dunked on anybody in a very long time because
Oh, he itching.
nobody. Right, he's itching. This was at the beginning of the season. This was at the very beginning of the season, but nobody jumps with him. So we'll see if Taco Fall wants to be the next victim.
He saw that. He saw that.
Watching Kentucky versus Warford right now live.
That 3 was different.
I'm telling you, bro, they can shoot,
He
bro.
dropped them. They 3 for 4 from the 3-point line. That's how they played. They played that that Golden State ball clearly, huh? They're going to
Man, you know
Houston
Kentucky gonna come back. But
I don't know, bro. They're pulling.
But shifting gears to the baseball real quick, Mike Trout signs a 12-year, $430 million contract.
That's all you, Jerry.
It's all Jerry.
Baseball money, son, different.
Another
Ain't
one,
it?
Brandon.
First of all, that contract gives me goosebumps. 12-year, $430 million extension. That's insane. No matter what
Angel for
profession,
life.
no matter what profession you're in, that's insane. It's just crazy to me because Mike Trout already was on a 6-year, $129 million contract.
So this is an extension.
This is an extension, 12-year, $430 million, and it's just the timing that makes this even more crazy because superstar Bryce Harper signed what I believe was last week to the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah.
For 13-year, $330 million
Yeah.
with no opt-outs. I myself didn't think that was a good deal. However, after doing some research, and Bryce Harper said that he wanted to deal with no opt-outs because he wanted a long-term destination. He had no plans on leaving. He didn't want to get traded. He wanted to stay somewhere for a long time. And it seems to me like Mike Trout wanted that same thing. However, this trumps Bryce Harper's deal because it's 1 year less and $100 million more.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
When do y'all think other sports are going to like adopt to these huge contracts like baseball, MLB?
NFL is gonna do it when they
NFL,
when they
they're
know
taking a
when they
long time.
finally when the players finally stand up to them because they're making all that money.
But
and
the-
they're not like you could literally get cut today and you won't
Yeah.
you won't have any of it.
That's what they CBA, but it's
But
you
basketball is on the right track though. Basketball end up
Yeah.
being
Cause like Justin Verlander got the 2-year $66 million, and then looking at like football, Randall Cobb got a 1 year $5 million deal. Like
yeah.
that ain't nothing.
I mean, and you playing a way more dangerous sport. Like
Yeah.
I'm not saying like baseball has more. Baseball was America's sport for a long time. Some
Yeah,
people still think
pastime.
it is, but I don't. But it's just like, but I'm saying it's still a major like sport to the point where they got so much revenue coming in.
Yeah.
They can break everybody off, and they got so many games that you got more ticket sales too. So I think that might play a part in it.
You do have more ticket sales, and baseball's always had the quote unquote best contracts for years and years. Back
Soccer
in
close too now. I think
soccer does
contracts is getting up there. For the
was it
stars.
European soccer, have amazing contracts as well. You'll see Ronaldo or Messi pulling in
MLS
$50 to
trying to
$60
get
million a year off salary
Let's try to
alone.
get there, though. That's hard. That they doing that.
But in terms of other sports, going back to your question, Kurt Carter was right when it comes to basketball. NBA, their contracts are getting better by the year. I think it was 2 years ago the Hawks signed Kent Bazemore to a 4-year, $70 million deal.
Yeah.
Now he's a role player. By no means is he a star, superstar, all-star, anything positive. But he hustles, and I guess they valued that for their team, and they gave him a 4-year, $70 million deal. Also, Dennis Schroeder, when he was with the Hawks, I believe he had the same extension. And they also signed Dwight Howard that year for 3 years, $70 million. The NBA got a new agreement.
Yeah.
I think it was
And
2 years
Miami
ago.
signed Tyler Johnson to like
Yeah.
a big contract.
Exactly.
He's a role player.
Wasn't
Exactly.
that 2016?
I believe it was
When,
2016.
that was the year they were just giving contracts.
Yeah,
they Porter deal.
That was
some other deals.
exactly. That was the first year the NBA got more money, and it's crazy that baseball is going to be getting even more money. So that's why these contracts this year have been what I like to call ridiculous. But basketball, they're getting better by the year. You see Curry's 5-year, $201 million contract. Westbrook's 5-year, $206 million deal. It's getting better for basketball. Football, I don't think it's coming. Like Cutter said, they're going to have to. Quarterbacks get good deals.
Money, but any team that got the highest paid quarterback don't do good.
I can agree with that to an extent, but football.
None of them have won a Super Bowl, and nobody with a highest paid
Derek
quarterback
Carr
has won a Super Bowl.
$200 million.
Oh gosh, Derek Carr.
See what happened with him. Right?
That's disappointing.
Jesus.
Disappointing. 27 mil, 25 a year, for what? Now he has
they
AB
gonna
to throw
win,
to.
though. It's just not the right time right now. Just had a lot to do.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
And with this Mike Trout news, do you think Kyler Murray made the wrong decision choosing NFL over MLB?
No.
Tell us why.
You're a quarterback, so you're going to make money regardless. And if he go number 1 overall, he really going to make money regardless.
Why you just want to do what Russell Wilson do though?
But Russell Wilson don't really play.
Russell Wilson doesn't really play. He comes out. He plays for the Yankees now. Like, he is on a roster. Like, let's not.
Is he
undercut
getting
him.
paid though? That's what I want to know.
I highly doubt he's
Probably
getting paid.
more.
I highly doubt he's getting paid. But he does play for the New York Yankees. He shows up at spring training just to talk, give a little mentorship, show some leadership in the locker room. But to your question, I think Kyler Murray made the best decision by going to football. Even though I'm a baseball player myself, I was a big advocate for Kyler Murray sticking to football because, although he was a first-round draft pick in baseball, there's many first-round picks who end up being busts. There are many first-round picks. In baseball, you still have to go to the minor leagues, no matter who you are. And, you could be somebody who shines there and gets moved up quickly, depending on team needs, or you could be somebody who gets stuck in the minor leagues forever. I'm going to the NFL where I'm going to be a starter off rip, most likely. The Cardinals are looking to draft him, I'm hearing.
Yeah.
And where I'm going to be a starter, off rip, I'm going to be on that rookie contract some years, but hey, I'm going to get that big contract soon because I'm a quarterback, like Carter said here. So I say stick with football, Kyler.
Yeah. Just still football, G. You're gonna be the man this season. All eyes gonna be on you.
Yes, especially if you go number 1.
Yep. Who do you guys think is a better coach? Nick Saban or Bill Belichick? Because Bill Belichick showed up to Alabama's pro day as their players prepare for the NFL draft. So I just raised the question.
There's just a lot of similarities.
Nick Saban was trash in the NFL, so.
Well, at their respective, with the Nick Saban with Alabama, Bill Belichick with the Patriots.
I was going to bring up the same thing you just said. I don't think we've seen Bill Belichick at a college level.
No.
But Saban's been an assistant coach, defensive coordinator, head coach, as you all know. Saban also coached in the NFL, though. I believe he was the Miami Dolphins coach in 2004. Yeah. And it just didn't work out for him. Now, I don't want to put all the blame on him. He's not the one going out there making the plays or, in their case, not making plays. But, a head coach has a huge emphasis on what goes on, on and off the field for a team. But who's the better coach? I'm going to go with Nick Saban. Nick Saban seems like a guy that all the top players want to play for. Mm-hmm. You have to have a good environment to get high recruits to want to come to your school. And he also gets all his players to the league. So I'm going to go with Saban.
I'll say Bill Belichick. What he was able to do with New England Patriots, it built a dynasty in the NFL, which is hard. It's rarely seen in NFL, but to be able to consistently win with your quarterback, you make head coaching decisions, move players in and out of your system, bench Malcolm Butler in the Super Bowl. You lost that Super Bowl, but you still made it. Then you enter Malcolm Butler in the Super Bowl. You did win. He had the game-winning interception. Mm-hmm. It just Bill Belichick's genius, but he's also attached to one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history in Tom Brady. So, like, Bill Belichick struck gold, and he's able to consistently coach his defense even when they don't have no big name pieces all the time. So
I have a question.
I'll take Bill Belichick.
So my question for you is it the coach doing that, or is it just their personnel? Because we've seen Saban win at multiple colleges. Saban won at LSU.
Okay.
Saban won at LSU. He's also won at Alabama many times. However, Bill Belichick, he was a coach for the Browns. They coached together at the Browns.
No, they did.
Belichick didn't win. He was the Patriots head coach. I believe he took over. It was either the late 20th century, late end of the 1990s, early 2000s. But either way, he is linked to one of the greatest quarterbacks of our time, Tom Brady. As hard as this question is, I'm still leaning towards Nick Saban. He's done it at multiple institutions, LSU and also Alabama, and he also has some good years. He wasn't at Tulane. He was at another school though. I totally forget, but he's good everywhere.
That's true, but Bill Belichick, he's not on the field, but he put the players in the best position to win. Yeah. Like he makes sure it's every game he take away your best option on offense, and like he tries to limit you. Came in with a new game plan each week. I remember a couple of years ago, they played the Colts, and I think Jonas Gray had 4 touchdowns. And like nobody never heard of him, and next week he doesn't play. Jonas Gray doesn't play, and they still win by a huge margin. So I just think it's just Bill Belichick just have a way with NFL players to coach and win with them.
I'm gonna go Belichick because Saban the traitor. So
I'm gonna go with Belichick.
That's personal.
Belichick just
always
gets his team in a position to win every week.
Mm-hmm.
He sets up the right game plan, takes out your best player every week.
Mm-hmm.
Knows just the scouting report. Just know like who to stop on the other side of the offense or the defense.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then like you said, Tom Brady, like he was there when Drew Bledsoe, right?
Yeah.
And then Drew Bledsoe went down. Tom Brady just perfectly stepped in. He was already ready. So Belichick got him right, and he became a winner. That's why the dynasty is great.
And the year Brady got hurt towards ACL, they went 11-5 with Matt Castle. Yeah.
Matt Castle, yep.
Bill Belichick is a great coach.
In the year Brady got suspended the first 4 games, they went 3-1. Yeah, one with Brissett once, and one with twice.
So
twice with
he knows
Garoppolo.
what to do with everybody on that team.
It's the system.
Set them up.
Yeah, it's the system, the Patriot system. It's
Patriot way.
It's hard to beat.
Staying with football, Julio is set to be the NFL's highest paid receiver. Does he deserve it?
Yes.
Falcon hater over there.
Yes.
He deserve it, but that's cool. All he gonna do is make everybody else get their money up too. That's why everybody excited about
receiver market going up.
I saw Michael Thomas was excited about that on Twitter.
And Keenan Allen finna get paid.
Because they all younger than him too. Mm-hmm. Julio almost 30. So
yeah, pay Julio.
They go ahead.
He deserve it.
They gonna pay him. I mean, he deserve it, and then they already paid Matt Ryan all that money. So
gotta keep the connection going.
I don't want to talk about that.
His time coming to the end, man.
Who?
Matt.
Stop.
Got hurt to win. I'm getting tired of him.
That's you. The Falcons clearly don't have the same view as you. They just paid him. What they paid him? $130 million.
Highest paid quarterbacks do not make playoffs.
They need to see it.
Don't make me defend Matt Ryan.
Don't
make me defend Matt Ryan.
Top 6 quarterback.
Okay, I take that. He top 6. He's not all right. He's not bad. He just makes some bad decisions, but all in all, he always leads the NFL.
Not a bad coordinator.
He's not clutch to me, bro.
He leads them in a top. He's top 10. No, top 5 in like passing yards each season. He's not clutch.
As a Falcons fan, I have many issues with Matt Ryan.
That year they went to the playoffs and lost to the Niners that season. He was clutch. The year they went to Super Bowl, he was clutch.
As long as you're not talking about that Vic stuff. As long as you're not want to do
yeah, he was clutch.
I ain't gonna say Vic. Even though I ain't gonna say Vic. But Vic brought the whole city up.
They should have kept Kyle Shanahan.
Y'all trying to sell tickets, y'all trying to win championships. So I don't know. Let me know.
No,
actually, you don't know. That depends on the owner.
Yeah.
What y'all talking about?
Do teams want to win championships or do they want to sell tickets? You can go for either or. Some teams are blessed enough to do both, but I firmly believe, going to a different league here, I believe the Atlanta Hawks are trying to sell tickets not sell tickets, but I think the owner's trying to bring in some revenue for himself by not paying anybody on the team really and, not bringing any superstars to the team. He's taking in all the revenue.
I feel I went to the Stephen A. show when he was down for the Super Bowl, and one of the fans asked him, why don't superstars come to Atlanta? So, like, why do you think that? Like, why do superstars don't come to Atlanta?
Clubs.
That's
Too many strip clubs.
one reason. I don't know why either. Like,
cause they saying it's the Black Mecca, the
For
new
all
Hollywood.
sports? For all sports?
Yeah, it's all sports.
There's too many strip clubs.
Let's see. I can answer that for the NBA at least. For NBA, if I'm a superstar, I really have no aspirations to come to play for Atlanta Hawks. I mean, it seems like they're trying to build something here now with Trae Young and John Collins.
it is. But it's just like they need that one superstar.
I agree.
And it's like
I agree. They
potential.
need one. They do have potential.
because they just beat Utah the other night.
Cool. That's one game. That's in a playoff series.
But they've been beating playoff teams.
Now you don't have. First of all, there's nobody like LeBron James, but also there aren't many free agents who are going to do what LeBron did and go to a team where he knew he probably wasn't going to make the playoffs this first year. LeBron was betting. LeBron's like, okay, let me get my money, but I'm also betting that somebody's going to come play with me this next year.
Yeah.
You know, they tried to make that trade for Anthony Davis, didn't fall through, didn't work out.
They
But-
wanted AD. Wasn't LeBron hurt when they tried to do that trade?
Yeah.
Yes.
They would have got AD and he would have kept them afloat. So the only thing I could give Dell Demps credit for, now that even though he's gone now, thank God. The only thing I could give him credit for is that he did that on purpose to make the Lakers record worse.
Mess up their chemistry too.
No, it messed up the Lakers record because now they might have a top 10 pick. So now we know that first round pick is worth something.
Yes, it is.
So now it's like, okay, well, let's give you AD now with that pick and Kuzma and Ingram.
Oh no.
Now it's just up to you if you're gonna pull the trigger.
No
then,
thanks.
If you're gonna trade AD, get that pick, and we already have a top 10 pick because we suck.
Mm-hmm.
So the Pelicans gonna have 2 top 10 picks, and they looking at Bull I heard, and somebody from Virginia, I think it's one of them boys from Virginia. So I mean,
I have a lot to talk about on that topic.
so that's what I'm saying.
If we hit
But
that.
so with that, I'm saying because the Pelicans' options is the Knicks, the Celtics, the Lakers. I don't know who else would.
I'll say
worth
don't.
it.
I'm a Laker fan. I don't want to trade for AD now because of what you just said. Y'all would want to pick and 2 of our 3 young players who are very good, Kuzma, Lonzo, or Ingram.
I think the Lakers done with Lonzo.
I do too.
I know he played well this year when he was playing.
Defensively,
He played well
Better
this year.
hope,
when he was playing.
Ingram come back healthy too. Got the injury that ended Chris Bosh's career.
Oh, he'll be fine.
yeah, they said he'll be straight.
Oh, cool.
But I just don't see why would y'all let go Kuzma. Kuzma is improving every year.
I agree. Our young players are improving every year, but
Keep him
also,
there. And then AD gonna be in Boston.
but also, that's fine. Let AD go to Boston. I think we should. I'm saying we as a Laker fan, but I think we should draft this pick. Hopefully, it's top 10.
It'll be top 10.
And then most likely we'll get a free agent,
Yeah, y'all
a solid
will.
free
I mean,
agent.
we know y'all
gonna
gonna get a
get
free agent.
somebody.
It depends which free agent though.
It might not be who y'all want, but it could be somebody.
It's going to be somebody who's good enough. We'll definitely make it to the playoffs next year. I'm not worried about that at all. Not making the playoffs this year hurts. And
I don't know.
And that's the first time since 2004
The West
for
just keep
LeBron.
getting better.
Yeah.
So
The West just keep getting better. What if Zion ends up in the West?
Going to New York.
What if Zion ends up in the West?
if Zion ends up in the West, that's not really going to change the dynamic too much, depending on. But I guess it also depends on where he ends up. Because if he ends up with a Phoenix, then hey, I think that Phoenix could beat the Lakers. So it's stuff like that. Depends on where he
Phoenix
ends
don't
up.
even need a 3 or a 4. They need a point guard. But if they, like I said, if I got the number 1 pick, I'm either trading back and getting more, with him,
Yes, if I have number 1 pick, I'm trading.
or I'm gonna draft him and keep him for myself.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it's a generational talent, so I probably would just keep him.
And he'll also bring many ticket sales wherever he goes.
And they're gonna be on national TV more
What bro
too.
Obama to do? Come on now.
I think the Pelicans want that number 1 pick too, though.
Bro, I just told you the Knicks getting signed.
The Pelicans gonna have a top 10 pick and
Why we
AD.
keep talking about?
If we trade a top 10 pick and AD for Zion, why wouldn't you do that?
Wait,
You get a top 10 pick and you get AD, but you giving up the Zion pick.
When do you see the Pelicans winning, bro?
What you mean? Winning what?
Like just
When they put us in
In 10 years,
That's what I'm saying.
when they put us back in the East.
it's clear that
We was good in the East. People don't know that.
you
We
want
went to the
to.
playoffs all the time in the East.
Yeah.
It's clear that you want a whole rebuild.
For real.
Oh,
You might as well trade Drew Holiday too, right?
I said it.
speaking of,
They actually been playing. Drew hasn't been playing, but the Pelicans actually been doing stat wise pretty good. We ain't been winning games, but they not trying to win games, to be honest. Frank Jackson been playing great. He got the same kind of story as Kyrie, kinda, but he's just not as popular and wasn't as good coming in.
I
the
like
NBA.
Frank though.
Frank Jackson, Alfred Payton, 5 straight triple doubles. Julius Randle been going crazy. He probably gonna opt out and go get the bag, get a max.
Please come back to LA.
Y'all messed that up.
Yeah, he's in the,
agree.
It's the LA
Mirotic
system.
gone. So yeah, I mean Drew the only one under contract for a long time, but
It's time for a rebuild, Pelicans.
Speaking of not winning, what's wrong with my Oklahoma City Thunder? But we did win last night, though, against the Toronto Raptors, like I said we would. We bouncing back.
y'all played them twice.
Yeah, Kawhi played.
Y'all played them twice in the last 7 days.
Like 3 days. Last 3 days.
Yeah.
But we sit currently we tied for the 5th seed with the Clippers, because the Clippers are 43-30. Jazz are
I think
42
y'all
and 30.
just y'all peaked early,
That's fair.
so I wouldn't be surprised y'all.
in the playoffs.
I wouldn't be surprised y'all lose early in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, yeah, I just don't see Russ. I just see him playing bad like every year, like putting up so many shots and not doing anything.
I think y'all could get out that first round. It's just gonna be a matter of who y'all play second round.
I agree with that. Russell Westbrook and Paul George are, I'm not gonna call them generational talents, but they're very, very exceptional players. But like Brandon was saying, I don't think that's enough to do it in the playoffs. That second round, I believe they will be beat. It takes more than 2 players to do it. Put it like that. It takes more than 2 players to do it. They do have Steven Adams, very solid guy, but I don't think their bench is strong enough to pull them through a series. With the Warriors, their guys are so tough, and it's not even the Warriors. You look at Houston's bench. Houston played the Hawks the other day. I got to see them in person. Houston's bench has Iman Shumpert, a star. Not a star, but a former starter, also an NBA champion, who will come in and is yearning for minutes now. Austin Rivers. He's not a champion or anything like that, but he still has a veteran experience. Yes. Houston's bench is deep. Warriors are deep. They don't even need their bench. They're that deep. But I can't see Oklahoma City beating those 2 teams.
Well, with the Thunder, after the All-Star break, we had the hardest schedule left out of all the teams in the association, so we knew it was going to be tough, but I feel like my boys will shake back. We're currently 2 games behind the Blazers, but we'll see the Blazers in the 7-game series if the playoffs started today. And we swept the Blazers this season, so I'm not worried about seeing them in a 7-game series. But I just found out that the Warriors are tied with the number 1 seed with the Nuggets.
They don't care what seed. They just ready for the playoffs.
Warriors and Nuggets are tied for the number 1 seed.
I don't think the Warriors are worried about that at all.
They just ready for the playoffs.
As you see in many post-game interviews,
They
don't care about the regular season at all. They always say, "Well, we'll decide this or decide that after the championship." So they aren't even thinking about this regular season.
Exactly.
If anything, they would just like that number 1 seed to have home court advantage.
Sounds look. If the Warriors fall to the 2nd seed, they'll face the Rockets in the next round if the playoffs started today.
I got the Rockets playing.
If the Rockets play the Warriors in the semifinals, I got the Rockets.
That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem.
I got the Rockets playing Philly in the
First,
finals.
y'all got the Rockets.
Look,
So the Warriors are the better team.
I got the Rockets playing
Who has the
Philly
better
in the
player?
finals.
okay, I've been saying it all season.
Harden's the best player in the West right now.
But you're saying who has the better player, as in Harden on the Rockets over Golden State?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Rockets playing Philly in the
Do
finals.
you think Harden can check KD?
Do you think KD check Harden?
Yes.
No, I don't think KD can guard.
Okay,
longer.
I have a take on this.
is
I
longer.
think. Okay,
KD don't
sure.
play that great.
KD is longer.
His feet.
Pause.
I disagree with that.
Anybody can move
And
it.
yes, pause. But
He's playing D.
I don't think anybody in the NBA can stop James Harden. If we're being honest, his offense is unstoppable. For him to have a bad game, he has to just be off that day. Let's be honest. He scored at least 30 points against everybody, right? So, however, it's more than just. It's going to take more than just James Harden, just like we were saying. It's going to take more than just Russell Westbrook and Paul George. So, y'all are taking the Rockets, but I'm taking Golden State going all the way again this year, because they have so many superstars. You have Curry, Clay, Kevin Durant, and also DeMarcus Cousins.
That's it.
Now, I hear you, but at the same time, only one of them has to go off. You know what I'm saying? What if they're in sync? What if they're in sync that night and they're sharing the ball and they're all doing their thing? But you have some games where Klay Thompson goes off for 30 points off threes.
Yep.
It's unstoppable.
I believe if Clay go off, bro, you're going to lose the game.
Five
If you start off with three straight threes to start the game, yeah, that's a game.
They just won the other night against somebody, and Boogie was the highest scorer with 19 points.
Exactly.
And Curry had like 15.
Now, Boogie took a pay cut. He took a major pay cut. He's only making $5 million this year to win a ring. Now, I think what separates the Golden State Warriors from all these teams is that it's 4 superstars, okay? Like I said, any of them can go off at any game. I think that's what separates them from other teams in the playoffs alone. Because they can lean on any one of those guys.
And the bench is deep, too. So
The bench is not deep.
The bench is not deep.
I mean, so you don't see
The bench is not deep.
The bench looks deep
There's
because
always
they're on
one
the
or
court with a
there's always
superstar.
one or two a superstar on the court with the bench.
Sean Livingston.
I like Iguodala, though.
Very
Quinn
good
Cook.
player off the bench.
I like
Okay.
Iguodala. He
Iguodala.
plays hard.
I like Quinn
Quinn
Cook.
Cook.
Iggy is getting
And Looney,
paid
that's
out
it.
of his mind. too.
Looney.
And that's it.
Iggy makes $17 million. And 18
16.
next year.
16. Oh, wait. Oh, well, it may be changed, but I know it's a 3 or 48.
Mm.
Yeah, he making something. He making at least 15 this year, and then another over 17 next year.
You're right. You're right.
Speaking of the Warriors, where's KD going in off season? Because recently news broke that D'Angelo Russell is going to give KD a tour of Brooklyn soon. I mean, KD to the Nets.
He's gonna be somewhere.
Speculation?
He going over. He leaving the West Coast. Him and he not trying to be in the same
boat with LeBron.
media. Yeah, the media train with LeBron. Not trying to be over there. So he probably gonna go do his own thing in the East. You know, you want to come to the West? Bet I'm gonna go to the East. Like,
What you think?
I don't. I agree with you. I don't think he wants any parts of LeBron James. I think he's tired of being compared to him. I think he believes that he's the best player in the world.
Yeah.
But I believe at this point that KD is tired of quote unquote sharing a spotlight.
Yeah.
but he did that to himself though.
He did do this to himself, and he's won his 2 rings.
Yeah,
And if he
he's
went,
happy with that.
and he's happy with that, he's happy with the success he's accomplished. You know, if the Thunder had money to spend, I would say don't count on going back to the Thunder. However, I don't think they have enough money for him right now. He was just,
Nick Collison
Collison
getting his jersey
retired.
retired.
I don't think. I think he will go east. I don't see him really going to the Knicks because I don't view them as contenders. You know why?
When
Why?
he gets on that team,
The NBA is making sure the Knicks are relevant again. Fizdale head coach drafting Zion, getting 2 superstars.
and they still
They
have
would
Dennis
have
Smith.
to get 2. They would have to
They
get
still
2.
Dennis
Yeah,
Smith.
yeah.
They'll
And
probably
they-
resign
and
DeAndre.
they'll-
Jordan.
they'll
and
resign
get
DeAndre Jordan.
They're gonna either get Kyrie or Jimmy.
You're right. I agree. That's crazy.
And they have the money.
But
to
I
spend,
think-
'cause KD just wants the money.
He does
Right
at
now,
this
at
point.
this point.
Yeah.
At this point, I believe KD does just want the money, like you said. I don't think KD will win a championship if he
come to
goes
Atlanta,
east,
he want the money.
unless Kyrie goes with him. I think he's going to have Kyrie
Kyrie
go with
staying in the
him.
East. Kyrie not going to the.
No,
only way Kyrie
I'm-
go west is for LA Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I would honestly I wouldn't count out KD going to the Celtics.
Nah, I
Dude,
can't
it's a winning
You know, they can't pay
organization.
him.
I can't
Yeah,
see that.
can't
you're
see
right.
Gordon Hayward make 30 M's a year.
You're right.
just can't
They
see
don't. They
that.
can't afford it. They
And
can't afford
Kyrie
it.
hate them. Hates the Celtics.
Yeah, it seems that way. It definitely seems that way.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Is Embiid the most unstoppable player in the NBA?
Yep.
The most unstoppable player in the NBA?
Yep.
Tell me why.
Embiid and Harden and Giannis, top 3 unstoppable players.
I mean, at his position, yes.
Okay.
Embiid.
He's the best center in basketball.
Yes,
We all
at
can
his
agree.
position, nobody can stop him. Yeah, I can give him that. At his
Because he
position.
got too much to his game. He could shoot. He could pass.
Yeah.
He could drive.
So,
And
but if we're going to answer his question and pick one person,
Pick one person in NBA who's
Between
unstoppable.
Embiid, Giannis.
Anybody. Who's the most unstoppable player in the NBA?
I think it is between those 3. But
Yeah. And maybe
Yeah, I'm gonna
and
just-
throw KD in there.
Yeah, KD.
I mean, they all unstoppable in their own way, but I just feel like once your motor go out, you can't be stopped. You can't be
KD,
stopped.
Kyrie.
Like LeBron motor,
Nobody can guard
LeBron
Kyrie.
in the post, bro, 1-on-1 without help, you probably not gonna be able to guard
You
him.
said 1-on-1 in post. He just posted a Mario. and
okay, that's a
That was a
scenario.
fadeaway. I'm saying
But
that
it was a
fadeaway.
post up though.
But he faded away. I'm
It
talking
was
about
a
him.
post fadeaway.
Bro, he had help on the other side though. I'm saying by yourself. If I back you down and I drive on you, are you gonna stop me?
Okay,
Or
that's
you
a
gonna foul me?
scenario. A lot of players are great one-on-one players.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
And then with that, they talk about the zone you block and people trying to drag for LeBron. Talking about, oh, I thought you was the king of New York. I'm saying, bro, you know every player gets blocked, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
yeah.
6'9".
Kobe's been blocked before. Like Jordan's been blocked.
But in that moment,
It's just highlighted because the Lakers suck.
LeBron Shouldn't be doing.
It's highlighted because it's LeBron James. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and the Lakers suck. So any narrative they can come up with to say, "Oh, you messed up the Lakers," they're gonna do that.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
You're right, and that's because it's LeBron James and also the Lakers, such a great organization. But to answer the question, it's tough. I'm not gonna go Harden because I think any shooter can have an off night.
Okay.
To me, it's going to be between Embiid and Giannis.
Yep.
Both very, very, very dominant. Giannis, I would say, is a little faster. It's hard to say more athletic. Well, yeah, I think he's more athletic. Mm-hmm. But both seem pretty unstoppable. You know, you see Giannis get into the basket whenever, dunking on people, big men, guard, it doesn't matter. But you see Embiid doing the same thing. He'll post you up, turn around, jumper. He seems pretty unstoppable, like he's saying. Then he gets so many rebounds also. It's hard, but you don't see Embiid making the passes.
Put it like this:
that Giannis is doing. So I'm going with Giannis.
You gonna see tonight. We in town tonight. You gonna see tonight. Because
Okay.
I watched the last 2 televised games, them versus the Celtics and them versus the Bucks. Bro, be going crazy.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I do trust the process.
Embiid goes crazy.
But
Not even they slow.
Like he really about to have, he really about to go crazy tonight on Atlanta. Like people, he might like drop 30 tonight.
with me though, I feel like
Yeah, Hall don't got a center. I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
if Giannis
Alex Lynn.
if Giannis had a jumper, a consistent jumper, I would say Giannis. But Embiid kill you at the 3,
He's a monster.
post you up. There's no big man that can stop him. He commands the double. It's just Embiid just
wait
You-
till Ben
you the
get
man.
a shot, bro. Just wait till Ben get a shot.
When is it coming?
Exactly. I don't know when, but when he do, he will be the most unstoppable guard in his league. For real.
the Lakers are officially eliminated from playoff contention thanks to ice in his veins himself.
Mr. D loading.
How do you feel, King of LA? You the LA spokesman. How you feel?
You talking to me?
Talking to you.
It's tough because the Lakers are my squad. I try to watch every game, but it just wasn't our year, and that was apparent from the beginning. I knew it was going to be a challenge. Bringing in a star like LeBron James to the team changes the whole dynamic. Luke Walton also is still a newer head coach, but bringing LeBron, we haven't seen a player like LeBron. LeBron is also a coach himself, for being honest. We know the effect that he has on a team. He brings in so much more media, and the Lakers are a young team, so that's something that all those players will have to get used to. All the media and all that regarding LeBron and his teammates, and then when the AD trade didn't work for the Lakers,
That was like
it seemed like it did break some chemistry because those games right after that were some of the worst games I've ever seen in my life. Horrendous, yes. It was very hard to watch. Hopefully the Lakers put that behind them. Hopefully they finish the season strong and try to use these, upcoming games just for development, to lead into the new year next year.
Question: do you think the Lakers going to fire Luke Walton?
Yeah.
I think they are because after a certain point you just can't take it anymore. We saw him do well when he was with the Warriors, but he was coaching the Warriors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, Steve
Kerr
was Steve Kerr was out for a while. You know what I'm saying? Steve Kerr was out for a while, but he inherited Mark Jackson's team. So he has an easy job himself. He goes out, bring the next guy, Luke Walton. He does well, because he doesn't have to do anything. So I mean, a lot of it does have to do with your personnel, but this personnel is a challenge, so it shows how good or how bad of a coach you are. And I think Luke Walton is showing that he's not it for the Los Angeles Lakers, at least.
So who you see that could be the next coach in LA?
I mean, it really depends on who's available.
I say Ty Lue.
Yeah, I heard a rumor that said they might go after Ty Lue.
Okay, we hear Ty Lue, but if Ty Lue comes in, then whose fault is that? We know that's LeBron bringing him in.
They're gonna get Phil Jackson, bro.
Then there was another.
Phil Jackson.
There's another rumor that Doc Rivers
They
gonna
gonna
come.
get Phil Jackson,
up
bro.
with the Clippers.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Think about it. Kobe, Jordan, LeBron.
Stop.
I'd rather see Pop go to LA than.
I would love to see Pop go to LA, but he wouldn't.
Stop.
Man, Pop ain't leaving.
Stop. Pop's
might
not
leave.
leaving. Pop is not leaving.
San Antonio legend.
20 straight seasons, 20 straight winning seasons. Come on now.
They didn't have a winning season last year, did they?
20 straight winning seasons.
They didn't make the playoffs last year.
They had a winning season.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. I think they lost first round.
They lost first round in 5.
Yeah.
Winning season still. Still a winning season. But back to what you said. I did hear a rumor that Doc Rivers may possibly leave the Clippers and come to the Lakers.
No, they said
47 and
now he's
35.
extension.
Exactly.
Clippers
He's
did.
getting an extension with the Clippers. He made a verbal agreement. So
Yeah, I heard.
Doc Rivers
Right
isn't
after they
coming.
heard that rumor, they gave him that extension.
You know, Doc killed those rumors. He was like,
Yeah, they gave him that extension.
so
like,
Doc
they
Rivers
capped
coming
up.
to the Lakers, that's not happening. I don't know. Like, I really don't even know who I would want to be our head coach, honestly. Lakers have had too many head coaches over the
I
past few
say
years.
Tyloo, Mark Jackson.
I'm not against the Mark Jackson option. I like that option, actually.
Yeah, that's it for me.
What?
I like Mark Jackson.
For the next
Yeah,
head
Mark
coach of the
Jackson
Lakers.
would be good. Or Avery Johnson from Bama.
Last thing, Lakers. Big baller brand no more. Lonzo cut ties with the Triple B's.
Okay.
Like,
He didn't cut ties with Triple B's. That's his brand. Let's be honest. Triple B's is him. Big Baller Brand is him. His family's brand. However, the situation you're referring to,
they said 1.5 million.
guy was
the co-founder.
the co-founder of Big Baller Brand. I can't remember his name right now, but basically he's misplaced $1.5 million from Lonzo Ball. So they found this out when they were trying to do Lonzo's taxes, and they have no idea where this $1.5 million has gone. Alan Foster. Well, Lonzo also found out that Mr. Alan Foster, was arrested some years back for, I believe it was money fraud.
Yeah.
Same sort of situation. He misplaced $4 million. But just to correct Bruiser for a second, Lonzo did not cut ties with Big Baller Brand.
So it's still Triple B's?
It's still Triple B's
Yes,
for him.
sir.
But this man, Mr. Alan Foster, he does own 16% of Big Baller Brand. So I'm assuming they're going to buy him out.
Okay.
I'm assuming they're going to buy him out. LeVar didn't really have a comment on it, which I'm glad, showing that he's grown up a little bit.
Because they still owe people their shoes.
Are they people shoes still ain't come?
Probably.
Thank God I ain't buy that.
You know, they still have new shoes coming out, though. You know, Jello selling his shoes now, and
What?
Melo
still-
has his shoes.
What's Jello shoes, though? Is
He
it
dates a
Melo or
hooper.
Lonzo? He do though.
He dates a hooper. I don't know what Jello's doing anymore, but
Dang. What would y'all do? Would y'all not have sex for a month so you can be better at your perspective of sport?
Nobody worry
Yeah,
about
Cam
Cam.
Like Cam Newton?
I don't think there's a correlation.
There's no correlation.
Why he come out and say that?
I mean,
I think Cam likes being in the news. I think Cam likes the spotlight. Why even tell anybody that? You can do that and be quiet about it.
For the whole month of March, he being abstinent. Take notes, guys.
That's
I bet,
cool.
I bet
That's
a
cool
month
for
of
him.
abstinence won't get him a Super Bowl.
I also agree. He wasn't abstinent when he went 15-1.
man, I want
So,
here too.
but what I was really saying was I don't think there's a correlation at all. So, Cam, if you think that's going to make you better, hey, go ahead, do your thing. I support you, man. But
First of all, he need to get that shoulder right. First of all,
yeah, continue rehabbing.
Last
We
year.
want to see you win.
No, well, not us. We Saints fans. We like.
Just
Yeah.
be good and healthy.
Oh yeah, facts.
I'm a Falcons fan. I forgot we're all in the same division.
Recently, the Wall Street Journal reported that Kaepernick's settlement was below 10 million, which previous reports said it was 60, 70 million. Just want to get y'all thoughts on it, like the money discrepancy.
Well, I knew they probably didn't give him $60 million. But $10 million ain't nothing. Under $10 million. So I don't know. They said they're not supposed to release no info on that. So I'm not trying to figure out how the Wall Street Journal got that information.
It's investigative journalism. Got to go out and get the hard facts.
I feel like that's inaccurate because I can't see Kaepernick settling for that low amount of money at all.
Yeah, because his team didn't come out and say nothing. They just let the report be out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't believe that is true. And no matter the case, he still has to pay all these lawyers.
Yeah.
So, but still, $10 million. No, I was expecting $50 million at least. Because you have to pay this man for the time he missed in the NFL, but also just a grievance. Just how much the NFL put him through.
Yeah.
Time he missed.
Yeah, so
They continue to blackball him.
yeah, they do continue to
They
blackball
did it. They
him.
tried to do it. They did it in Madden last year.
Yeah, he was not on Madden.
And they muted a song lyric on Madden and
They
this
did.
Madden too, but they fixed it on this Madden because a consumer saw the alteration. So yeah, I hope the report not true. I hope he got more money than what was reported.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all.
And with in terms of entertainment, the Fox Disney merger has just been pushed through. Disney taking over, having their own Infinity Gauntlet. What y'all boys think? What y'all think?
Can't wait.
I'll take it.
For the movies.
I'll take it.
Can't wait for the movies.
Yeah,
It's gonna be so lit.
Yeah, so as you said, Disney, there's Morehouse on TV again. But as you said, Disney, purchased Fox basically to get Marvel its assets back. So from what I know, Marvel is getting Fantastic Four back, X-Men back.
Yeah.
I think they purchased Spider-Man back a few years ago, but Fantastic Four.
They didn't with Spider-Man. Sony still owns
still
Spider-Man.
owns
They just
Spider-Man.
let them use them for I think for 4 or 5 movies.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, so that was Sony. That wasn't even Fox.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited as a Marvel fan. I'm really excited for this merger. We could possibly get a Avengers versus X-Men straight out battle. We could get something like that. I'm very excited.
Possibilities are endless.
Endless, literally endless. There's tons and tons of characters that could be brought into the MCU, so I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be alive to see everything.
Because they're gonna be in a bag for
Years to come.
yeah,
It's like a movie monopoly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're coming to the end of the.
They named it the
They
Infinity
named
Saga.
it the Infinity Saga. The first 22 movies. So.
Yeah.
Avengers Endgame comes out April
They need to get
26th.
the video games going too, bro.
Marvel. Speaking of video games, Marvel came out with the Spider-Man game, which is a huge hit. I pre-ordered it. I was excited.
Nah, I don't like the single player games like that. I'm saying, they need to make it to where you could have you could play as different characters.
Oh,
in
so
the
you want like a
MCU.
fighting game? Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
it could be a fighting
Follow.
game, or it could even be on some
That would be
everybody
fun.
get a person, and you can make it even battle royal style. It could be all kind of stuff you can do. with it.
I agree.
Like on some Dragon Ball Z Tikaichi 3 stuff.
Oh yeah, I feel.
You can have all the players, all the villains, all the heroes, and
That game would be
have
fun.
at it. Or even if
That
you
game
ever
would be
play,
fun.
if you ever play Rainbow Six, you could have the villains versus heroes, and you switch, and you got a battle. So there's 5 people on this team, 5 people on that team. You pick 5 villains, you pick 5
I
heroes,
couldn't
and
imagine.
you go at it, and you switch on the rounds, and you could be in New York, or you could fight in Asgard or whatever.
I
It's
like
gonna be
it.
crazy.
Thanos.
Yeah, they need to go-
$1 million idea, boy. Marvel need to hire you. Disney to hire you.
They need to listen.
Yeah,
get
but
that bag.
I saw a rumor that they were going to come out with a few more video games like they did with Spider-Man, but like you said, it wouldn't be like your idea. But I'm not complaining.
That single player game, like I'm saying, you get Thor in the video game, but you only can play with Thor the whole time. But it's like
Spider-Man was fun.
Yeah, but Thor can't swing. You know what I'm saying? He could do the thing and start flying with the with his hammer. But you know what I'm
Mjolnir.
saying?
Get him right. Get him right, cause the mind.
Mjolnir or Stormbreaker. Hey, choose your weapon.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, Disney know what they're doing.
Man, I can't wait.
But it's my turn.
Oh, I love when you know when it's.
It's that time.
Yeah, no, I love it.
That new music Friday was yesterday. Nav and Rich the Kid dropped. Who you got? Who you picking, Brandon? Who you picked had the better album?
I got Nav. I mean, I listened to Rich the first 5 songs, but I wasn't really feeling it like that. I mean, he be putting so much hype into his album, best album of the in the hip hop game. Nav, he came up on this one. He improved from his other albums.
Yeah. No, I got Nav, whatever. Yeah, I'm messing with Nav.
What was good about Nav's album? I ain't listened to it yet.
I like a lot of the songs though.
Yeah.
It was good, but I mean, the song with Meek Mill, Tap,
It's crazy.
Price on My Head with the Weeknd.
Yeah, tab number 2 on Apple Music top charts.
Tussing with Thug.
I
Timepiece
like
with Lil
taking
Durk.
chances. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Vicodin.
I like Price on My Head with
It's
the
Vicodin,
Weeknd.
boy.
Yeah, whatever.
I say Vicodin.
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 Lord,
Yeah.
yeah.
Pray for the youth.
Pray for you, please.
Pronounce one more time.
Vicodin. Nah.
Say what you
say,
say, man.
Like Vicodin.
Hey, say what you say. Hey, BU. But
Vicodin.
yeah, I like Price on My Head with The Weeknd. I like Tussin' with Young Thug. I like Know Me. That was a single that he had released earlier. Timepiece with Lil Durk. That's all right. So yeah, I like Nav's album.
Rich the Kid album. I really only like the song with NBA YoungBoy called For Keeps and Ring Ring with Vori. But I mean, he had good features on there. Like the Miguel feature was hard. The Big Sean feature was hard. The Thug and Gunna feature grew on me. At first, I didn't like it, but I played it in the car and I was like, oh yeah.
Is Rich the Kid's album better than his first album?
No.
Nah.
First album.
Yeah.
Okay.
First
okay.
album was fire. But I heard somebody that's like a real Rich the Kid fan say like, oh, the first album, I didn't like the first album. I liked all his stuff before that, and I liked this album. But I like the first album.
The first album was hard.
And then some singles dropped. Jacquees got a song with Lil Baby. I ain't heard it yet. But
I didn't listen to that either.
He dropped that. Tierra Whack dropped something. Comethazine and ASAP Rocky dropped something. P&B Rock dropped a song with Lil Skies.
I like that song.
I ain't checked that one out yet.
I like that song. It's called I Like Girls.
Num Num Juice last week by Schoolboy Q. I actually really like that song.
I thought it was
that was a song you kept on repeating?
That's the only reason I was looking at it. They said it was going to have Travis on that song.
Travis on the album, they said.
Yeah.
He not on that song. And then, like, Middle Child is number 1 on Apple Music charts right now. So, Murder on My Mind still at number 3. Tap at number 2. Going Bad at number 4. And Cardi B and Bruno Mars, Please Me at number 5. And my song, Act Up by the City Girls at number 6. Yeah. What's going on?
Okay.
Yeah. So, that's how the music looking. And then this week, I don't know. This week I've been heavy on Trippie Redd. This week I've been listening to a lot of Trippie Redd. So Life's a Trip has been a heavy rotation.
I've been in my my little rock band Guitar Hero bag. Been listening to Sex on Fire,
Great
Steady
song.
As She Goes, or Nirvana, a Pearl Jam.
Trips.
I just been going back to the old vibes,
I
2010.
ain't gonna lie, I've been in the old Weekend Trilogy album.
I listened to that this week.
The
too.
what?
Trilogy. It's Trilogy.
Trilogy, that's what I meant though, Trilogy.
Atlanta.
album.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Oh,
Trilogy
my
album.
Lord.
But that joke hard though.
Triology.
I said Triology. it do go right with it though. So
No, I don't.
No, I don't think
Trilogy,
that's it.
Triology, no matter saying that.
What you been listening
I've had Lil Uzi in my rotation heavily,
to? Of course.
always. Let's see. I listened to Nav's album. I've also been listening to a good amount of YNW Melly. So yeah, that's what I've been listening to.
Yeah, that too.
I like Melly a lot.
And then in media, Megan Thee Stallion been all over the place.
That twerking video in front of the gas station just been on.
Yeah, she's something else.
She just signed. I heard she's trying to deal with Atlantic.
Oh,
I
Records.
heard
God.
that too. Yeah, I heard that too.
Y'all know how I feel about Atlantic Slave Ship Records.
You should buy all records.
Hmm?
I said all records be messing people over. All labels.
I don't know. QC
Well,
really far.
Oh God,
I'm sure.
I'm not
they're
gonna say
getting-
nothing about QC on here.
yeah,
They fire a lot of talent, but I don't.
Well, they get money.
Yeah, they getting money. I know.
CEO's getting money.
but a lot of female rappers they've been taking over the game. They say they could rap better than the actual men that's rapping. That's what Twitter telling me.
I'm not putting y'all down, but hey, just show us. Let's put out more good music. I'm ready to listen to it.
Twitter lies, music doesn't.
A lot of girls can rap, but some, not all of them. So some of them are really, really good though.
The same with the men.
Yeah, it's the same with the men, but
Yeah,
No.
please be quiet.
nah. I'm just saying, like, nobody gonna shut me up. I mean, shit, you think you gotta rap me? Come on. Let's see.
Cutthroat.
Nah, for real. Nah, we working.
Yeah, we working, renovating.
Yep, single and getting mastered now, so we'll see.
Ooh, mastered.
Yeah,
Whoa.
we gonna see. Yeah, so. PACT Life Podcast. PACT Life Podcast.
But Jared,
PACT Life.
what's up with Uzi, bro? Like, I really want to know. Let me know on the inside of Uzi.
When is Internal Attack releasing?
For real.
I'm not sure when it's releasing, but I saw something. I believe
I see the EXO chain too, Jared. What's up?
I saw somebody.
XO Chain. They just be giving him things.
Yeah.
But he's still under DJ Drama.
Yeah.
Unless they buy him out.
Don Cannon,
gotta buy 'em
Drama,
out.
DJ Drama and Don Cannon. They got all of Uzi's music.
The cannon.
And Uzi was supposed to have a feature on Nav's album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw they scratched it out.
Yeah,
that was
and
hard.
they scratched it out.
Great marketing.
I thought it was good marketing also. But then I believe it was Cash XO who came out and said, or maybe it was Nav who came out and said, he couldn't have the song on the album because of DJ Drama and Don Cannon. So they couldn't put that out legally.
People don't know about the history of music, like.
But yeah,
when
Uzi.
they did that to Prince, bro. People don't know that.
Uzi, he's stuck in his deal right now, and he's unhappy about that. But I follow all the pages, all the Twitter pages, and all that. I listen to my little Uzi daily. The fans
Prince,
want new music.
Prince had to change his name. Remember that? You remember that? Like, well, we wasn't really.
I didn't know.
He was young, but Prince had to change his name because the record label took his name and tried to hold him out. Kevin Gates rapped about how he had to buy his name back in his music. Like,
It's crazy.
they could really own your name. Like,
They can.
they could be like, oh yeah, you don't want to do that? Okay, OVO Jerry is my name. You can't have it. You can't use it. You can't perform under the name.
Yeah, they can do that, especially once you sign that
And
contract.
they
You got to do whatever they
can't
say.
perform the music. Like, I saw he came out the Meek Mill concert last weekend in Philly. He came out Uzi, and he did
XO Tour Life.
XO Tour Life. But I feel like he only can do stuff that's already been released. He can't perform anything new.
Yeah, he can't perform anything new now.
See, but I mean, my advice is that's why, like, even though I make music, I appreciate being a business major sometimes, like going to school. But like I said, school is a scam, but sometimes it do work out for you. But when it come down to it, bro, your best bet is probably just to finish that contract out. If nobody gonna buy you out.
Yeah, I think he's out of that contract next year.
I feel like they shouldn't sign it long term.
Yeah, nah, I'll finish it and then I would not. Like, there's no coming back.
But like, what is it he have to do though? Like,
They're basically not allowing him to release, what he wants to release, whether it be a single or the Eternal Take album. They're not giving him freedom. So, say he wants to drop right now. I was actually watching his live, and he was like, "I want to give y'all the music." He was like, "Shoot, I give it to you on SoundCloud." He said, "I don't care about the money." This is what Uzi himself said on his Instagram live last week. So clearly, he wants to put out his music, but he's just not allowed to legally. He's not trying to get sued. So,
but there's nothing he can do to get out that contract.
No.
Nah, somebody can buy him out. Frank Ocean is the master of contracts, okay? Frank Ocean finessed the music business. Like, finessed the music business, bro. Bad Deal with Def Jam. Came out with Endless as a visual album.
Yeah.
Already had the next deal ready for after that. So he already signed the deal after that. He was like, I'm going to drop this with them, and I'm officially a free agent, but I'm going to sign this with you under my independent label, under Blind. So he did the Endless thing, dropped the visual album, then came back and dropped Blind, got all the money for Blind, and got all the money from Def Jam from Endless. So it's like he doubled up. Like, he was getting paid for both. So he basically finessed, like, a deal. And now he independent. He can drop when he want. He can do what he want. He control
it. Released like that.
I mean, I think the best way to do it is, when you're coming into the game, say you don't have much money coming in. Sure, sign a two album deal, something like that.
There's nothing wrong with signing a deal.
Right,
Like,
initially.
oh, bro, it's not you about to do this. If it's not a 360, it's really not that bad. If you making something, but if you legit signing a deal and it's like literally like they getting all the money and they just break you off type thing.
I wouldn't sign a second major deal. Once you sign that
first one.
Once you sign that first one, say you
but the thing is,
get enough fame, because Lil Uzi has enough fame. But he can go independent right now.
But see, a lot of the time, bro, it's easier when you had a deal.
It is, because
like
they set everything up for you.
Why Drake it's like
they set everything up for you. You don't have to worry about as much.
Yeah, you're gonna make the sales. So it's like, why not? It don't bother you. But if you somebody that can't make the sales, then it's like you might need to just do independent. But if you can hit the numbers that they're asking for, the streams that they're asking for, the stuff that they're asking for, you straight.
Yep.
So like me, like, I'll sign to somebody, but it ain't gonna be Atlantic.
Of course not.
That's who Uzi technically under, I think.
He is.
Atlantic, yeah.
He is.
No. Atlantic kind of showed it just, from what I've seen, it's not a good situation. But I mean, hey, Atlantic, when I drop this single, y'all could throw me the bag and y'all could, I might reconsider.
All these QC rappers seem to be happy.
For real.
They get taken care of. I mean, QC is different because they
Migos, Yachty,
they're under
Cardi,
they're under,
Lil Baby,
I wanna say
Cardi.
they all are under the same major
City
label.
Girls.
Like somebody's under a certain major label and then somebody under a different major label as a solo artist. But as the QC label, they're under a certain major label. So it's like it's a lot of deals going on.
They need to go ahead and drop.
Records. That's who they with.
Mm-hmm.
They were Motown Records.
But see, not all of them with Motown. I think somebody with Warner Bros.
They need to go ahead and drop another tape, quality control tape, because
I like the solo
Yeah.
drops.
that would be crazy. The last one was just like pretty much all Migos, Yachty.
They need to have more Yachty on it.
Nah, yeah, Yachty, yeah. But I think they all doing joint tapes. Like Yachty and Takeoff doing one.
Yeah.
Offset and Travis doing one. I think they said.
Save it.
Now he said,
Whoa.
Offset said him and Travis got more songs, but not an album.
He said, "Save
He
it."
said, without warning 2, supposed to be dropping soon.
Here for it.
Yeah,
Who?
me too.
Without warning 2, Offset it, 21 and Metro Boomin.
I'm here for that. But in terms of just talking about record labels again, I heard that Playboi Carti and Lil Uzi have over 100 songs together that they can't drop at all. they stopped their joint tape. What's it called? 1629. Stopped that. I'm sad.
They got a lot of
Like
They went on tour together. I remember
They
like
did go on
before
tour
I even-
together.
Before I even liked
it wasn't
them,
called the Left Right tour.
Yeah, it was Left Right tour.
Left Right tour. I'm right again.
My cousin went, and that's when I was kind of like, bro. He was like, "You gonna go with me?" I'm like, "Nah, bro. I'm not even on that wave like that." Like I knew Broke Boy and I knew a couple Uzi songs, but it wasn't like.
I wish
Like
I was
remember
there.
the first Uzi song I heard was a feature on Lil Durk's song. It was called Pressure, and I was like, "Who's this dude? He's straight."
I didn't get into Lil Uzi until sophomore year of college. The first songs I remember hearing was Big Racks. He was on Big Racks with
Yeah,
Young
with
Thug.
Thug.
And then I remember one of my boys, T-Walk, Tyrus Walker, shout out T-Walk. He was playing P's and Q's, and I was like, "Yo, who is this?" Like,
Nah. When he dropped
that
that tape,
vibe.
I was
that's
already
the one,
already
like,
hit.
I got
That
on
tape
him,
got
like-
me hooked.
Lil Uzi Vert versus the world.
And then I heard you was right.
Yeah.
You were right, I was wrong. Like,
Nah.
that was
Grab the Wheel was my song on there.
Like,
Grab
I
the
like
Wheels
that
hard.
song.
Yeah, that whole tape is fire. Lil Uzi Vert versus the world. So
Yeah.
he was supposed to be dropping that tape, the second one from that tape this year, along with Eternal Take. But
And
hey,
it's crazy how local he was. Like he used to be in the city. Like
he
he used to be
did.
at parties and like girls from Spelman would have pictures with him and stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's before I even knew he was like who he was for real. And I remember when he pulled up to school in a Lamborghini. Like
I was there.
yeah,
I was there.
fixed up, man.
Purple hair Uzi's undefeated. All right.
Bro was cool, man. So,
I got a video.
but yeah, Pat Life.
Y'all was in y'all bag on that last one.
Yeah, it started getting long. I ain't really said too much, you know what I'm saying?
And this concludes episode 9 of the PACT Life Podcast.
Pat Life.
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
That
We're
way.
getting better every week. We're trying to improve
Yeah.
every week.
We had the
Thanks for
real
coming.
politically correct OVO Jared on here.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And deuces.